Hare Krishna, dear devotees. My name is Gourangi Gandharvika Devi Dasi. I'm representing the Congregational Development Ministry, which is one of the ministries under the GBC, and His Holiness Jayapataka Swami is our minister. So, due to his inspiration and encouragement, he found, and as all of us are here, we all found the need to engage children in Krishna consciousness. So then this is why the ministry established a department for kids. So we named it Bhakti Kids. So our focus is preaching within our movement to our Vaikuntha children. As we know, Srila Prabhupada has said many countless times how children are a blessing. They're Vaikuntha children. They're not ordinary children. A lot of our ISKCON initiatives are on preaching, reaching out, outreach. So then this is why Bhakti Kids, we're focusing on the devotees that are already within the movement. However, later in the presentation, I will describe other initiatives from Bhakti Kids that have also served as outreach programs. So this Bhakti Kids department is focused on the ages of children from 7 to 12 years old. And I'll be presenting a 2 to 3 year curriculum for engaging children in Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada wrote in a letter to Dayanandan and Nandarani Mataji, if the children are given a Krishna conscious education from early childhood, then there is great hope for the future of the world. So here we can see how Srila Prabhupada has actually written this phrase, our future hope, countless times when he was referring to the younger generation or to the children. He says that children are future hope for the society, for the movement, and for the entire world. So why did he use these three words? Because it's very important how we can train and engage the children in Krishna consciousness now, because they are the leaders of the future. So the leaders of today are the children of the past. So this is why it's so important to nurture and engage children in Krishna consciousness so that they can really build themselves strongly, establish themselves firmly in Krishna consciousness in their purpose, and then they can also share Krishna consciousness with others. So we can see the example of Srila Prabhupada in our early ISKCON days, how he really built this whole ISKCON movement with the younger generation. He had so much faith in them. He saw potential. He even, on the train, we would hear that on the train, the train would stop and he would tell his disciples, okay, get off in this station and start a center. So because he had so much faith in the younger generation and he really empowered them, we can see what ISKCON has become now, because of Srila Prabhupada's empowerment. So we should also put our faith and really invest in the younger generation because they have so much potential. So our mission in Bhakti Kids is to create fun experiences through engaging activities in Krishna consciousness and producing resources, facilitating programs for children, and also conducting training programs for different temples and communities, how to establish and implement children programs in their communities, as well as offering courses for children, parents, and teachers as well. So our aims in Bhakti Kids is to create and gather resources. So we have created different festival activity booklets and also different children books. We are in the process of creating different games and just many different kinds of resources to engage children in Krishna consciousness. Right now, the children of this world are seeking their phones, the internet, different apps. They're trying to look for engagement. So we need to try our best to create Krishna conscious engagement so that children don't need to go out and look for it, because we know Krishna consciousness is fun. So we just have to give children positive experiences, fun experiences, good relationships, so that they can just relish relish Krishna consciousness, find the taste and beauty in bhakti and not have to look for it anywhere else. Also, since we are ministry, we are aiming to gather the resources that are already out there through and networking with different children program leaders. So there are so many successful children programs, so many successful Sunday schools around the world. And we don't really know about it, what's happening here, what's happening there. We should be able to learn from each other and share resources. So for this reason, we are also creating an educational hub website, which is the fifth aim here, which will aim to network with different educators where they will be able to share their resources, as well as we would like to promote different products that are in relation with children. Like this, everybody in ISKCON or everybody that wants to find materials to engage children in Krishna consciousness can enter this website and find it there. And educators are also able to build their profile. So this will be very effective in really connecting and linking all our teachers and educators from around the world to one place. Then we also facilitate online and on-site children programs. So Bhakti Kids, we traveled around US, around the Middle East, and some places in India to help establish children programs or to offer our resources, as well as offering lots of online programs. So we have, during COVID, we conducted the Purushottam Challenge for the Purushottam month, and we had 3,500 people, kids, mostly kids, joining the challenge, which was very inspiring. And actually, children joined Krishna consciousness through these programs. We also recently did the Bhishma Panchak Challenge a few weeks ago. And we also had 2,500 participants. Many of them, this was their first experience, first program in ISKCON. So this was not only children, but also youth and adults joined as well. And many of them actually showed an interest, like they want to join ISKCON from these inspirational programs. And one thing that we're also working on is creating courses for children online. As we know, everything in this world now we're living in a digital world, so everything's online. Still, we are providing physical books as well, but yeah, as we know now, everything has to be online. So our vision is to implement children programs in all our ISKCON communities in accordance with Srila Prabhupada's teachings, where children feel a sense of belonging, love, and happiness in the movement, and thus make the choice to remain a devotee of Krishna and carry on the mood and mission of our founder Acharya. So however many ISKCON temples we have, communities, centers, children programs, we want every single temple to have a children program in their community. We want to support every children program with our Bhakti Kids resources and in any way that we can. And the importance is that children need to feel like they belong in ISKCON. They need to experience love and happiness so that they can make the choice for themselves to be devotees. Like by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, by Krishna's mercy, I was born into the ISKCON movement. However, my spiritual master told me, just because you were born into it, it doesn't mean that you join. You still have to make that active choice for yourself to join the movement. So this is why this word, we highlighted this word, how children need to make the choice to remain a devotee or to be a devotee of Krishna. And how we can help them feel like that is that they belong in ISKCON. Because in many temples or children can be seen as a disturbance. Oh, they're disturbing the class. But, I'm speaking for myself. Even myself as an adult, sometimes it's very hard for me to focus in classes. So how can we expect children also to have the same engagement? So we don't want, when we're telling children, you don't belong here, go away, you're a disturbance, what message are we actually sending them? So this is why it's very important that we create spaces, we create programs for kids where they feel like, yes, I belong, I'm wanted, I'm needed in ISKCON, I'm wanted in my community. So there are many actually beautiful examples, like in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur Temple. There are regular children programs every Sunday. In every festival, every Kirtan Mela for the adults, there will also be simultaneously a children program going on. And they're a very fixed, dedicated team. So we can see how the children are really flourishing. They're always doing dramas. They're participating in the festivals. They lead kirtans. They have their own programs. And so it's just very important that we really focus on this important demographic of the world. Most of our devotees in ISKCON are grihastas. So we have children. We will always have children in the movement. So we really need to prioritize them. So the three main principles for engaging children in Krishna consciousness is love, giving them love, and giving them a fun experience and being an example. And I would like to break down these core principles with giving Srila Prabhupada's life as an example. So in the Krishna book, which is one of our major literatures in our movement, in the dedication, Srila Prabhupada writes, he dedicates this Krishna book to his father, to my father Gaur Mohan De, a pure devotee of Krishna, who raised me as a Krishna conscious child from the beginning of my life. In my boyhood ages, he instructed me how to play the mridanga. He gave me Radha Krishna Vigraha to worship, and he gave me Jagannath Rath to duly observe the festival as my childhood play. He was kind to me, and I imbibed from him the ideas later on solidified by my spiritual master, the Eternal Father. So here we can see how Srila Prabhupada, even at, so many years later, decades later, he's dedicating his Krishna book. He is showing so much gratitude to his father for the important and strong impressions that his father gave him in his childhood. And Srila Prabhupada could see from his father's example, from his mother's example, how much they would dedicate, to Krishna. He would, see his father worshiping Thakurji, worshiping his deities. He himself had a desire to celebrate the Rath Yatra festival because he felt like this is so fun. So Krishna consciousness, we don't need to make it fun. It is fun already. We just have to adapt it in such a way or engage children in such a way so that they can connect with Krishna in this way. And of course, from Srila Prabhupada's example as well, his parents were the perfect examples. They would read Chaitanya Charitamrita. He would see them reading, studying scriptures, worshiping the deities. So these three principles are very important for anyone engaging children in Krishna consciousness. And we'll be surprised how children are like really hankering. They already have this natural love for Krishna in their heart. It's so easy actually to teach children because they're so simple. They're already so excited to do anything and to connect with Krishna. They love him. So it's just a matter of setting aside some time and really spending time with them and, saying stories or discussing the philosophy and doing crafts or activities or dramas. Like it's very simple actually to engage children in Krishna consciousness. It's very natural. So Bhakti Kids, we have published 3 books until now. So we have Becoming Your Devotee Part 1 and 2, which describes important and fundamental concepts of Krishna consciousness, such as why do we put on tilak, how to offer bhoga and arti, what are the 9 processes of bhakti, also discusses chanting, hearing in Krishna consciousness, prayer, who is Gaurnitai, who is Radha Krishna, why do we follow Ekadashi, and it even describes briefly the 64 items of bhakti. So in these books, they are like educational workbooks with lessons, stories, discussion questions, exercises, and it also has a wide range of activities such as crafts, games, recipes, drama scripts, and so much more. So this Krishna, My Best Friend book is all about getting to know Krishna's personality and falling more deeply in love with him. Because why are we trying to be devotees? Why are we, following the 9 processes of bhakti? Why are we chanting? Why is it that we're doing everything? It's to love Krishna. So in this book, it focuses on really getting to know Krishna as a person. So here we have one review from Shesha Prabhu, who was our ISKCON Minister of Education a few years back. He said that Becoming Your Devotee is a comprehensive guidebook on all the basics of practicing Krishna consciousness, which includes easy to understand, step-by-step how-to instructions, charts, music, drama, puzzles, and fun-to-do activities. Previously, we just hoped our children would turn out to be little Prahlad Maharajas. Now with this book, that hope can become a reality. So the point of these books is to really help children learn how to practice Krishna consciousness and inspire them. And it really brings the philosophy to life in a really fun and real and interactive way. Because Krishna consciousness, as we all know, it's not just, when we go to the temple, but he's part of our life. So in this book, it really focuses on the personal application of bhakti. And I just wanted to share a short video, to give you a flip through of the book. Becoming Your Devotee Part 2 has 4 chapters which explores prayer, chanting, and hearing in Krishna consciousness. There's also a whole chapter all about Radha and Krishna. We learn about Krishna's 6 opulences, his 64 qualities, Radha and Krishna's 64 arts, and the meanings of the auspicious markings on their lotus feet. We learn about the 5 kinds of prayer and refer to examples from the Srimad Bhagavatam. The book discusses the meaning and glories of why we chant the holy name, and even explains in a simple way the 10 offenses to avoid. We also discuss the importance of hearing in Krishna consciousness and how we can follow in the footsteps of great devotees and even animals how to be good listeners. Each chapter has a lesson which discusses the bhakti topic. It includes a story which brings this knowledge to life and ends with discussion questions. Now, the special thing about this book is that it is an educational workbook and an activity book. Each chapter has exercises, crafts, games, shlokas, writing activities, recipes, quizzes, puzzles, and much more. This fun workbook is not just about learning the practices of Krishna consciousness, it's designed to help and inspire you to practically apply these principles to mold your lives around Krishna. I just wanted to share a little preview of the book. So as I was mentioning, these books, lessons, stories, learning objectives, which is very important in an educational perspective. What are the main points that the lesson is covering? What are children supposed to learn? Also has discussion questions where children and adults or families, they can discuss together. Exercise questions, which it's like the educational element that we find in school workbooks and textbooks, such as true and false, multiple choice questions to test children's understanding. And then it has a wide range of activities such as crafts, writing and personal application, music, more fun activities like puzzles, crosswords, cryptograms, games, recipes, quizzes, and drama scripts. So these books, they are aimed to cater to different interests. So, children have different inclinations. Some may be more interested in using their hands. Some are more interested in singing or doing drama. So this is why we included all these activities so that we can really capture the interests of everyone. And we're also providing lesson plans or teacher guide for these books so that it requires minimal planning for teachers. So the reason why we're producing these workbooks is to provide a curriculum for temples or children programs looking for an easy way to teach children the fundamental concepts of Krishna consciousness in an interactive way. So I'm a teacher myself, as an educator, I know how long it takes to create these lesson plans. So this is why we are creating the lesson plans for you, so that you have to just rock up at your children program, or just look at it quickly, like half an hour before, and then you'll be all ready for your children program. And it has more than 150 activities. Part 1, Part 2 has more than 100 activities. So we're really trying to present the philosophy in a very simple way. A little preview of our lesson plans, or some pages of our book. So we have 63 lessons just for the first book, and we're also creating another 64 for the second book. It should be ready within a month or two. And as an example, these are some of the yatras that are using these books as a curriculum in their yatra. So for example, in Krishna Katadesh, it took them 1.5 years just to complete the first book, because it has so many activities, and then along with the festivals and everything. So just with these 2 books, you have a curriculum for 2 to 3 years, and with the Krishna activity book also for another year. So just a sample lesson for these classes is what we have done in Bhakti Kids, and has proven to be inspiring and successful, and kids are really appreciating. We start off our online sangha with like a round of japa together, or you can have a little kirtan where you give children the opportunity to lead the kirtan. Then we have our main concept that we want to cover, main philosophical point, and we can also, of course, tell stories. Children love stories, I mean, adults too. Then we also recite a shloka. You can have your hands-on activity, either a craft or a writing activity or a puzzle, something where the philosophical concept is brought to life through hands-on interactive activities, and of course include a nice Krishna conscious game, which the books have lots of games. And then, of course, providing opportunity for children to share their experiences, their realizations, ask questions. It's really important. So the next slide, I just want to share a preview of our book, Krishna, My Best Friend, which is a little bit different in structure, because the Becoming Your Devotee Part 1 and 2, it's more philosophical, covering the how-tos of Krishna consciousness. This book is more about just getting to know Krishna and falling more deeply in love with him. The purpose of Krishna, My Best Friend, is to get to know Krishna a little more and fall more deeply in love with him. This book has 15 chapters. It talks about who Krishna is and the 5 relationships that we can develop with him. It describes Krishna's transcendental appearance, who Krishna's cute pets are, what does Krishna's schedule look like in Vrindavan, and also describes Krishna's beautiful lotus-like form. Also talks about why Krishna wears a peacock feather, and Krishna's Julan Yatra festival. It describes Krishna's home, Sri Vrindavan Dham, and even tells us about the 3 main flutes that Krishna plays. It also talks about Krishna's 4 groups of friends. This book is just packed with so many nectarian stories and loads of fun-filled Krishna activities. It includes word searches, games, puzzles, crafts, shlokas, drama scripts, recipes, and so much more. And it includes 3 pages of stickers too. So different services that Bhakti Kids offers, in case you would like to keep in touch and we can connect. We have our children books that I've presented, and teacher guides that we are in the process of creating. We have lesson plans already for Becoming Your Devotee, and we are going to create guides for all of our books. And we've also published free festival activity books, just like 20 to 30 pages with different activities and stories that we have compiled from the website, from different websites and different educators with their permission. And as I was describing before, we have different online challenges, which is one of our most successful programs. And it's very, very inspiring for children in Krishna consciousness or those that are interested and would like to join Bhakti. So that's a more regular program that we have. And we also have online children classes. So we've started having like 2 classes per month, regular classes about different festivals that are coming up, and which we have a lot of participation for that. And then also facilitating camps around based on our books or helping communities implement Bhakti Kids in their curriculum. So if you would like to reach out to Bhakti Kids, please do so. We'll be very happy to serve you. And here I just wanted to map out how the Bhakti Kids curriculum would just look like in 1 year, although we have so much more. So I just wanted to map out for 1 year. So here, these are the different resources we have created. So if you take 1 chapter of 1 book, it will take you like 2 months. If you have 1 children program a week, like 1.5 hours, then it would take you like 8 weeks to cover 1 chapter. And we created festival kit for Lord Nityananda, for Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then different activities for Chanan Yatra. So we have 21 stories and activities for Chanan Yatra, which is celebrated here in Mayapur Dham. And festival kit about Lord Nrsingadev, then about Jagannath. And we have also activity booklets and for the Damodar month, and we have the Gita challenge, and now we have also the Bhishma Panchak challenge and another challenge that is going to come up in February about Mayapur Dham. And of course, we have created festival kits about Janmastami, Srila Prabhupada's appearance day, and Radhastami. So these are just a few of the resources that we have created. We are in the process of creating so many more resources. We have crafts for children. We are producing games for kids and many other projects that we're working on. So please keep in touch and you can follow us. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. This is our email, cdmchildrenservices@gmail.com if you'd like to learn more. And we have our website, bhaktikids.com. You can find most of the resources in the festivals tab. And we're available also on YouTube and Twitter. So if you would like to connect with Bhakti Kids, please email us. We also have a WhatsApp channel where we share regular updates on the projects that we're working on. So we'd love to serve you and assist any community looking for starting up a children program, or even if you already have a children program, I'm sure that we really want to serve you in some way, and I'm sure that we have some resources that you might like to improve your children program or just to add to it. And we also would like to learn from you what is successfully going on in your community and how we can share that with others, with our ISKCON family. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to present our Bhakti Kids department, and please bless us that we can inspire more and more children in Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.